That's right. The calling was good, as mentioned. And part of the reason, or who I want to give credit to, is actually Nexa here, just because he's been away from the game a little bit. So I want to point out this round here. It's round 9, or round 10, sorry. It starts off with some simple banana control. It ends up being a trade into a 3-on-3 situation. Now, the person that we actually want to pay attention to here is Nexa, as I mentioned. And that's because the way he reacts to the information that he's about to get is why he's still such a good caller. So what we're going to see here is that he's tucked here towards this banana side, and there's actually a smoke that's going to come down towards the entrance of B. But this isn't just any smoke. This smoke actually bounces off the skybox, and it lands, and it bounces a few more times off the wall, and then into B. The thing is that Nexa, he can actually hear all these bounces. And if you're a player in this spot, you know that this is not a typical smoke. This is a smoke that's a bit more of a set one. It's actually a smoke that is thrown from the CT spawn area. Given that it's a 3-on-3 situation here, Nexa, in his mind, he understands that the CT setup is likely something like this in a 3-on-3. With 3 people alive, you normally have to have 1 player towards B, normally 1 player towards A, and because there was that smoke thrown from the CT spawn area, there's a good chance that this player is actually floating back towards A, which means that the B site is very likely just guarded by 1 person. So what does Nexa do? He actually decides to move up, calls his teammates back here towards this banana side so that they can set up a small little execute. But it's not just a typical execute. They throw the CT and spool smoke, but the next, he actually creeps into the smoke and he phases it just a little bit. By phasing it, he's actually able to get a bit of an advantage on the entry, and that's because whenever you phase the smoke, if you're inside the smoke, you have a bit more of an advantage compared to people who are outside of it. You can see people sooner. So when the smoke fades, it allows Nexa to catch Twist on top of that first orange position, get the entry, and go into the site. You'll see that from Twist's point of view, he can't quite see Nexa that clearly. That's why Nexa wins this duel. Once he gets into the site, with those smokes down, it's now difficult for Rops to come back and spam, because now they can cross into the site and have total site control. At this point, they're in a clear 3v2 retake, and they end up winning the round. So this is really some good calling from OG here, and that's really why their T-side was so strong. Credit to Nexa here.